A wonderful good morning, ladies and gentlemen, my lovely fellow traders. I'm really happy to say welcome to a new trading day. It's Wednesday, it's July, it's the 7th of this month, and I appreciate it very, very much that you spend your really precious lifetime with me in our awesome morning briefing show. Also, welcome Anna, and thanks for opening the session. And to every single one of you, you spent your lifetime here in our morning briefing show. So it's coming an interesting day, new trading day. But first of all, let's share the August stuff with you. If you watch this show on YouTube, here then you will find maybe right now in live or maybe you later on in a recording, then you will find a button in the right corner where you can subscribe this channel so you will never miss an episode. Also, you can give us a like if you want, or there's a thumb up if you want. That would be really cool. And of course, you will find a commentary field below that video, which means if you have something to tell us, to say, or if something is in your mind, feel free to ask whatever is in your mind and leave your comment in this commentary field. Also, guys, Admiral Globals have a wonderful Instagram account, so you can follow those guys on Instagram as well. So let's go through our slides, and we start with the upcoming events today. So let me just fix the chat. Arne, wonderful good morning. So now I can see your comments. So, and YouTube as well, guys. Don, wonderful good morning. Barry also. Okay, so let's go through our upcoming events this morning, which means today we expect that China is still over. The only appointment today is the API weekly statistical bulletin at 10:30 this evening German time. So we are completely free today for any interesting or important numbers. So we can be focused on things which is really interesting. That's our trading. Okay. D4, wonderful good morning as well. Okay, so let me invite you to an awesome and wonderful webinar this afternoon. So it's from Paul, and Paul is really happy because England won again at Germany in football. Let's see what will they do this evening. So he is talking about the winning and losing stocks from the post-pandemic reopening this afternoon at 3 German time with our lovely and congenius partner, Paul Wallace, our webinar host. So click on it, this link, and join the session this afternoon too. So let's go through our charts, and we start with our DAX trading. You know, we make DAX trading for the rest of the day in our Twitch community. If you are interested in this, then you can follow us on twitch.tv/DowHowTrader. And this is my free of charge live trading room where you can follow me for the rest of the day, where you can see me, where you see what I'm trading in hourly chart, in 4-hourly chart, based on this morning briefing show. And by the way, with this Admiral Markets, with this Admirals accounts, they opened for me, and we trade since January this year. So, and we just only trade this account with Admirals. So I would appreciate if you join this lovely community. We learn from each other, and we support each other, and we work together here, and we trade together. Okay, and by the way, yeah, all the news you will find on my Twitter account, daytrader70, or as I said, here in Instagram, you can follow Admirals. Here, the name is Admirals Global, with a wonderful and lovely content. You can learn a lot of things there. So what we did yesterday was, so we had one trade yesterday, 2 trades yesterday. First, last morning, I told you we tried to go short, it failed. Then we went up, always in the trend. You know, it's a kind of, it's a probability. So then the position failed again. No, yeah, true. Yeah. So we tried to continue the trend here, the green trend. Then we get stopped out. Then afterwards, we saw a trend which was facing downwards. There we opened a trade when the trend we are continuing to the lower side. Then we sold half the position. Then the price went up. I trailed my stop into profit and I had a profitable trade. Unfortunately, afterwards, the price went down, but a couple of our traders in our Twitch community, which is based on this morning briefing show, and we talk about every morning about that, they were still in and they make huge profits yesterday with this sharply drop to the lower side because the trend was still valid, but it's my trading approach that if at the moment I have my first target, I trail the stop into profit and then I'm fine with it. So, but that's my private working style. But a lot of guys made huge profits yesterday with following the rules, trend continuation. So afterwards, yesterday evening at 7, I opened a new trade in DAX. And this is a kind of movement before I was speculating that we will continue or that we develop a new trading, a new trend. So therefore, I opened the trade at the point 2. So I survived the night. So, and this morning we see a new trend, or during the night we saw a new trend. This morning a trend continuation, and now we are back on track to the point of control. So I sold this morning half of my position. I trailed my stop into profit, and now it's a free ride. So, and this is an alternative setup to a normal trend. Yeah, it's a kind of, this is called interrupted movement. So why is it called interrupted movement? Yeah, try to think logically. So first of all, you see we have a trend. And most of the times, such a situation occurs after strong moves. It happens on the upper side and it happens on the lower side. So we have a strong move yesterday. So, and in this strong move to the lower side, a lot of traders lose money because they always fight against the trend. So with this, they have in their mind, okay, the price cannot go deeper, it cannot go deeper. So, and they're fighting against the price, the trend. And this is not, that's a stupid behavior. Yeah, it's like if you try to crossing with your small boat a tanker in the ocean. That makes no sense. You cannot survive that. It's always better you follow the trend and the money, by the way. So, and afterwards, when people say, oh, it's a downtrend, oh, maybe it makes no sense to fight against the trend right now. Now I have to go short. So then the private traders are going short, and the institutional money made a lot of money with this downtrend, and they want to go out. So if you have an open position, open selling position, short position, and you want to go out, you have to buy. So if you want to buy something, you need a seller for that. So which means institutional money is happy that the private money stupidly want to go short right now, because then they can buy. So this is what happens there. It happens with a double low, divergence, all this is a kind of interrupted movement. So, and of course, it's not a 100% approach, of course not, but this is the logical consequence if you learn to think in prices and not the stupid DAX or Dow or oil or gold or euro or whatever it is. So, and here we go. That's what happens yesterday. Okay, someone wants the Twitch link. Of course, I have the allowance to do that. So here is the link. Where is the link here? So here's the link to the Twitch community, by the way. Okay, so now we have an open position in DAX, in 10 minutes, by the way. We make day trading in 10 minutes, not 5 minutes. It's too fast. 10 minutes is completely enough. The trends are more stable. So, and we had a kind of surprising yesterday with our running trades. So we started in Australian dollar, Swiss franc, and you know, we are still on track to reach our point of control, which is placed at 0.6538. So, and basically you can see the trend is still facing downwards and we are back on track. We are back into the red zone. Yeah, and we can speculate that finally we will reach the point of control. But you see, sometimes it will take time. The point is if you are strong enough to trade in that way. Surprisingly, yesterday, with this sharply drop in the markets, the Japanese yen were stronger. So, which means the price went down into our direction and we reached almost the last point two, almost, but it is enough for me to trail my hard stop into the profit. So the price went so far on the lower side that I don't want to risk money. So this is the point, because you know I'm in a really, really deep drawdown phase in this account, which means this is the only point I can switch my behavior. I cannot switch the rules, because this is based on probabilities, but I can switch my trade management, which means I trail my stop a little bit more faster into the profit when the price is running into my direction. So if the price will go up and will get me out, everything is fine. I will not lose money. And that's the point. But if the price will do that, then the trend is still valid. It's still a correction and I have to do a re-entry. So therefore, I have no problems with that. So should I sell half of my position? Yeah, you can. If you want, you can. But I speculate that we reach the point two, and then I will sell half my position. Okay, Euro Swiss franc, same procedure as as Australian dollar Swiss franc. We are back in the red zone, and there is a bit of downtrend basically. And as I said, my target is the point of control. So I cannot lose money, as you see, because I sold already half of my position here, and my stop is in profit, which means I cannot lose money anymore. British pound, Swiss franc. Yeah, we were a bit in profit yesterday, but actually price came back, so that stop loss is below the last 0.3 and everything is fine. We try to reach the last 0.2 and then we will sell half the position and then we can trail the stop into the profit. British pound, Canadian dollar. Yeah. Amani, wonderful, good morning. And Ian, good morning. Themba, Jogi Bear, wonderful, good morning. Nice to see you here on YouTube. Okay, so now you will think, okay, we hit our target yesterday with that, but it didn't work. So why is it? Yeah, that was a kind of strong move. And in this currency pair, we had a spread extension, which means my selling position were not successful getting out. So no problem, we will reach it again, believe me, because the target is the point of control. So my point is, if we hit my target, then I trail my stop into the profit and I cannot lose money. Otherwise, if I must realize that we will see balance candles in the next 1 or 2 periods, then I trail my stop also in profit. So then I cannot lose money, because if the price will go down again and will get me out, the trend is still valid, it's still a correction, and I have to do the re-entry, but I don't lose money, okay? And that's the point. That's interesting trade management, but a lot of people don't trade in that way. Why? Fear. They don't want to lose money. So they don't dare to trail the stop because they don't have time to make the re-entry. And this is one of the things why many people lose money. And based on that, my question for today is, and Anna, if you want, we can open the poll for today. So my question for today is, special question, what did you learn about the famous traders we talked in the last 2 weeks? Bill Lipschutz, George Soros. What did you learn from those guys? Having a plan is a duty. Experience is the foundation of success, or cut the loss and let winners run. So what's your opinion? So push the button and we see the poll on YouTube as well. So what did you learn from famous traders? Having a plan is a duty, experience is the foundation of success, and cut the loss and let winners run is the most important thing. So what did you learn? It's just a personal question, by the way. So what did you learn? So you have a bit time, we'll leave it open for the next minutes. Okay, British pound, Japanese yen. So yeah, we opened that trade yesterday, and look, I always used to say we hit quote. Yeah, hit quote means we reached the point 2. So, and here we reached the point 2. I got a little bit late into that trade, but I have no problem because I'm speculating that we will reach the point of control on the lower side. And here we go. It is a trend continuation already because we had closes there, which means there is the trend continuation. Yeah, and now we are a bit back on my entry, but this trend is still valid and I can trail my hard stop a bit to the next 0.3. That's fine. And yeah, let's see how the market will react in the next hours. Shouldn't we let the winners run? Yes, you should. If you have a winner, you should always let the winners run. So like this one, US dollar, Canadian dollar. So you see we have an open position, but again, look at this one. We are fighting here with the last 0.2. But look, isn't it interesting? What I used to say is buying cheap and selling expensive. And this is what happens again. And that's the hit quote. Out of correction, back to the 0.2, guys. And this is what we want to do for the rest of the year to increase our account and to get it back into the profit. And this is how we work. Let's make trading in that way. Buying cheap and selling expensive. So then we open a trade in US dollar Japanese yen, US dollar Swiss franc, sorry, as we said yesterday. So we stuck to the rules. We had the correction. There was the balance candle. There was the balance candle yesterday. So that's the duty. And my target is the last 0.2. And you know, we have a probability of almost 80%. It's the it's the third correction. And in the second, third correction, we have an awesome hit quote that we reach the 0.2. If we do that, everything is fine. Sell half the position, trail the stop into profit and let it run. Because if the price will come back afterwards, we can make a re-entry. We can make a re-entry. As long as the rules stick, we have to make re-entry. And this is a big secret because in my trading career, it was one of my biggest mistakes ever that after I got out of the trade by stopping out or something else, yeah, I forget the trade. Oh, I forgot the trade. Past that, I forgot the trade. And if I had a look later at the same chart, then I saw, oh, damn it, there was another balance candle. I missed the trade again. And most of the times, then the trade were running until the sky is the limit. Yeah. So, and that was really annoying. So I have learned in my trading career, based on my education by my trader, by my mentors, never forget a trade or the chart after you were stopped out and the rules still fit. Never forget the re-entry. You cannot know what happens next. And this you should put in your diary, by the way. So then look, this is what I'm talking about. So we had a wonderful trend yesterday. Look, this is a perfect example what I'm trying to talking about. So in New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, we had a trend. So I tried to open the trend, then we stopped out. But the trend were not continuing. We had a new one, a new situation. The trend was still valid. We had a young trend. And of course, it was a balance candle there. So we tried it again. What happens? Reach the first target, trail the stop into the profit. Almost we reached the point of control, almost. And look what happens. Yesterday, the price dropped down sharply, but we got out with a profitable trend. That's the way. So now you can see, we have a trend break there. Now it's a trend break, but we have to wait what happens. We are a bit in the green zone, and it's not a downtrend at the moment, and it's not an uptrend yet. But really, draw it properly, guys. Draw it properly. Look, lowest point, move, correction. Guys, we have a new uptrend. And now the next correction, the first possible correction at the point of control is up. What we have to do? Type in the chat box what we have to do with this currency pair. What you have to do with this currency pair right now. Type in the chat box. What do you have to do with this currency pair? Let me know. What you have to do with this currency pair right now. What do you think? I hope you learned a little bit what I'm talking about every morning. Of course, guys, there's one thing, put it on your watch list, because rule number 1 and 2 are there already. So we have to wait for rule number 3 and 4 right now. This is a duty that this currency pair comes on your watch list. Yeah, not to buy right now. Yeah, the price is in the move. Yeah, the price is expensive right now. Only stupid traders buy in the move, or unexperienced traders, or ego-driven traders buy in the move. Yeah, just wait for the correction right now. And then if the price comes back, then the price is currently apparently cheap, and then we can buy. Okay, never buy in the move if you have a high price. Only unexperienced traders do that. And don't forget, I know a lot of people buy there. So one other question, guys. If traders buy there, who is on the seller side? If you want to buy there, think about you. If you want to buy something, you need a seller. If you don't have a seller, you cannot buy something. So who is on the seller side? If you want to buy at that price, who is on the seller side? That's interesting, right? Too less people think about the price. Always they're looking, oh, let's New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. Oh, I have to think about New Zealand dollar. Who cares? You cannot influence the price. So who is on the seller side there? Guys, only experienced traders are on the seller side. Institutional money is on the seller side because they bought by any reason at a cheap price, and now they are in a profit zone. They want to go out. So which means they sell to people they have no experience because they want to buy right now. So think about it. Never buy in an expensive price zone. Okay, guys, we have a wonderful trade, you remember, in oil. Yeah, So, and look at this one. We reached the target. We reached the target, as I mentioned a couple of weeks before. And this is, by the way, on a fundamental basis, because we got in, we saw the breakouts, and we reached the target. So now it's time to trail the stop into the profit and wait. Yeah, you can, if you want, you can switch to the daily chart if you want, but it's a good idea. You don't have to go out right now. So wait for it. Wait for it. There will be a bit correction, but maybe you read it in the news. The OPEC Plus have a lot of problems. They don't find a confirmation what they have to do, if they should cut the oil or if they should extend that. So the Arabian states, they don't want to cut, so all that stuff. So this could happen, or this can lead to more higher prices in oil, by the way. So maybe it's not the time yet to go out. Maybe it's time to sell half of the position. So maybe let's see if I can do that. No, it's just only one micro lot. That's too less. I cannot, but no problem. So let it go. Yeah. If you see, or otherwise, if we see in daily chart maybe a double high or maybe a kind of divergence, then it's time to trail the stop closer, but not on this first reaction right now. Okay. But it's just up to you. It's just on you. So it's my working style here right now. Okay. So what do I have on my watch list for today? So let's have a look at the DAX. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. Going up. So which means there is, come on. So we saw a small correction. Couple of minutes, the cash market will open. Then we see what can happen next. So I'm quite sure that we reach the point of control again. So then I can trail my stop closer. Yeah, I think it's a cool thing, right? So still on my watch list, New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. Guys, that's a duty. Look, that's a duty because it's the first possible correction. Yeah, it's the first possible correction. You have to do that. So is there a balance candle? Not really, but there is a changing of the color, which means if this candle will be closed in that way, we have to open the trade by a buy stop order with target last point 2. That's a duty. It's not an option. It's a duty. It's based on the law of probability. Yeah, don't forget that. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. Yeah. You see, 1, 2, 3 losses in a row because the price didn't want to go down. So, but now we have apparently we have here an uptrend. So we saw a deep correction, and now we are waiting for green candles that the price will go up again to the last point 2. So let's wait. It's still the first possible correction. So let's do it, but not yet, by the way. So, and this is British pound, New Zealand dollar. We reached already the point of control. So this is a downtrend, by the way. And as I said, look, if we forget this secondary uptrend, then look what happens. We saw the correction, and from there we reached not only the last point 2, we reached the point of control. And that's really awesome, right? So now we have 2 trends working in our direction. First, the main trend, and secondary, the underneath, the secondary trend here. And if this candle will be red, then we can try to speculate on the trend continuation to the lower side. So that's on my watch list for today. And what I want to teach you today a little bit is about your business and your, how should I say, your own decisions. So let me explain this. What you think, and you know, we talk about the pen, it's just your perception, but your believing tenets, what you have in your mind, can hinder your decision making during time in the markets. It's, of course, we are human beings. Of course, we have emotions, but emotions are not helpful in trading. So maybe you might cloud your judgments and lead you to act on feeling rather than reasoned fundamental or technical analysis. A trading bias means that you could be more likely to trade an asset than you have had past success with, or to avoid an asset with which you have incurred a historic loss. So I tell you my story. I hate the DAX. Literally, I hate the DAX. Why? I had so many losses with DAX trading in the past years that I decided around 10 years ago, I will never trade the DAX again. And my teacher asked me, where is your problem? I said, I hate the DAX. So, you know, the DAX doesn't know you? Who is the DAX? What does it mean you hate the DAX? Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. Literally, I hate the DAX. I said, why? I had so many losses. Why? I don't know. Why did you have so many losses? I don't know. Yeah, let's figure it out. So at the end, I figured out I had so many losses in DAX because I didn't stick to my rules. I didn't stick to my rules. That's the problem. Then he asked me again, so why do you hate the DAX? I said, I don't know. It's just a stupid feeling. Yeah, fuck the feeling. Oh, sorry, damn it, the feelings. I said, stick to the rules. Yeah, the label is not really interesting for you. It's just a name. Make it more neutral. It's just a name. So if you want to become a successful trader, you should be aware of your conscious biases, as this can help you to overcome them and approach the market with a more rational and calculated mindset. So, and the first thing, what you should think about it in trading is, we trade the price. You don't trade the DAX. You don't trade New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. You don't trade Facebook or Tesla or whatever it is. You cannot trade that. In the order book, there's just 3 columns: buyers, sellers, Facebook. No, the price. So how do you judge a price? With emotions? Do you cry through the store? Do you shout and yelling through the store because something is a little bit cheap? Or it's expensive? Yeah. Do you start to fighting against the manager because the butter is a little bit more expensive than last week? Really? Then you're a crazy guy. But if not, then it's normal behavior, because you go and see the price, because your judgment is about the price. And how do you judge the price? Cheap, expensive, or fair or normal price? So what do you do without any emotions? If you go to a store and you see, oh, that's really cheap. Let's go 2 boxes. Let's get 2 boxes. Or let's get this special offer. Then you buy. And if you go to the store and you see, oh, that's expensive today, what do you do right now? Yeah, you leave it. Let it go. But you don't, normally, you will never yell through the store and say, yeah, all of it, you betray me, you're a stupid guy. And you don't do that, right? So you leave it. You say, okay, I'll come next week again. Maybe next week is a special offer. And sometimes you have a normal price and you say, yeah, I love this strawberries or whatever. Yeah, last week it was a little bit more cheap, but it was more expensive also. But today I take it. And this is what we must do in trading. On the right side of the chart, judgment about the price. So, how you can make money in trading, also in your life. How do you make money? You buy cheap and you sell expensive. And this is the only way you can make money. So, stop judging any labels. Be aware that you trade the price. And with this in your mind, you can change your bias about trading, because all the other tenets will never work in trading. Never, I promise you, it will never work. But if you work in that way, buying cheap and selling expensive, and wait to that moment when the price is cheap, this is your chance to make money on the long run. And this is what we are doing here in our awesome and famous morning briefing show. Let me say thank you for listening to me. I hope you had a little bit fun and it was some valuable content for you. Then we will see each other tomorrow or maybe in the Twitch room and tomorrow at 8:30 right before the market will open. Thank you for listening. And about the poll, most of you learned cut the loss and let the winners run. That's really, really cool. And having a plan is a duty also. But cut the loss and let the winners run. That is what we have to do. Guys, have courage and be kind. And may the force of the rules be with you.